Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Bridgerton. This is episode 8 of season 2. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the season so far. This is the finale. It has come round so quick. Honestly, just like that. Boom, mate. We started and we've finished. You know, that is what I like about this season. It's only very small. Well, this show, to be honest, it's small. And you just get in there, get all the action done. And then boom, you're left wanting more. And hopefully we do get season 3. Because obviously last season was hard to follow. You know, Daphne and Simon's story was very good. We was all invested. And we're coming to this season. I had no idea who was going to be the main character and what story we was going to go with. Obviously, if you've read the books, you will have obviously knew what was going on. But to me, it was brand new and I've been thoroughly entertained. You know, I've had a good introduction of Edwina and Kate, and it's been interesting to see, obviously, the relationships being formed. Anthony, you know, it looked like he was about to marry Edwina, and it looked like it was all going so well when we got the wedding and she come down and he was on the, you know, they was on the stage, they was at the front, he was ready to say, I do, and then boom, mate, he's seen Kate, well, obviously seen her earlier on in the season because he fell for her, but he's seen Kate in that moment, their eyes locked, the whole room disappeared, and it was just them two, and Edwina clocked it, and that was to her first, obviously, notice of what has been going on with them. She had to take a step back and she ran away, didn't she? She said she needed some time to herself to think. She obviously questioned Kate, she questioned Anthony, she come to a conclusion that no, mate, this wedding is not going ahead, you two clearly love each other and I can't go through with this because I deserve to be with someone that loves me. So very interesting. Last episode it was like Collateral, do you know what I mean? Well, it was trying to stop the collateral damage. They was trying to make it look like everything was okay. They was trying to put up a public image, wasn't there, that the two families are united, it was amicable, you know, nothing, no scandal, you know, the Bridgertons and the Sharmans, nothing's wrong with them. They just decided that them two, you know, they wasn't the best fit to be with each other. It happens, it can move on, and there's no scandal to worry about. Obviously, you could see everybody was ignoring them when he was trying to walk around giving the grace to. But slowly and steady, obviously, the more public appearances they're seeing, the more obviously people started to introduce themselves back to them. Now, it's interesting because Anthony and Kate met each other in the garden. And even though she's been trying to stay away from him and he's trying to stay away from her, boom, mate, they slept together for the first time. And it was a bit of a raunchy scene. I liked it. It was very good, very intimate. And obviously when he woke up in the morning, he was still outside. She was gone. She was panicking. She'd gone off on a morning ride, hadn't she? She's galloping there in the rain. He's trying to chase after her. He's screaming. She goes up to the fence. This horse jumps up in the air. All slow motion. She falls off it. It looks like she's banged her head against a rock. And that's where we left the episode, mate. She's on the floor. Looks like she's conked out, mate, after smacking her head. So I don't know what's going to happen there. But I'm excited to see. Also, we've got to say that Lady Whistledown, i.e. Penelope, has absolutely wrote a story about ELOUISE. That's absolutely caused another madness scandal, mate. She's obviously wrote in this story to try and deter, you know, the Queen's look away from ELOUISE, so to speak, because she obviously suspected it was her. And she told her that she had 3 days to tell everybody that she was Lady Whistledown. Penelope wrote a story, but it was that bad. She threw her friend under the bus to try and save her own self. And, you know, she said that she's been visiting a commoner, you know, somebody who's not part of their class. And obviously this is a mad scandal. Nobody turned up to the Bridgerton ball. And ELOUISE ran off crying. And Penelope was crying too. So it's crazy, mate. I cannot wait for this finale. I have no idea what's going to happen, but hopefully it does pop off. So thanks for clicking on today's episode. If you do like it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into season 2 finale of Bridgerton.
Hello? Room?
Oh my God, Kate!
Call the surgeon at once! Can you hear me?
My blanket, she's still shivering.
Allow me to get to work. It's my fault. Anthony.
Oh, it's like he's having a panic attack. Oh, interesting start, mate. Literally, we've gone straight into the Bridgerton logo. No messing about here.
You there? What have you done with our scandal sheet?
Nothing today, sir. Would you like a newspaper?
I do hope Whistledown picks up her pen again in time to write about my forthcoming nuptials.
Do you not think it time for us to spend some of our earnings? Our coffers are practically overflowing. Lord Featherington and I would like to give a ball.
Oh, imagine them throwing a
So
ball.
that we may finally celebrate our engagement.
So that we may finally celebrate all of us.
What about the Bridgertons and the Sharmers?
They likely will not come, of course, poor souls. But let everyone be allowed to finally see how well we're doing.
Roses and lilacs, I think, this time. Cheerful.
Are you sending flowers to the Sharmers again?
There's nothing worse than rotting flowers when someone is unwell. Perhaps a stroll with Penelope might help clear your mind. The last thing Penelope needs is to be seen consorting with the likes of me.
I do not take note of staff changes, brother.
And what about our accounts? You apparently do not seem to take note of them either, since I spent the last 2 days balancing our books, only to discover that you seem to have taken out a rather large sum. No one gives any thought as to how it must be managed.
Yes, 1 in 20, brother.
Is no one in this family allowed to make their own decisions?
You, keep to your doodling. And do not ask me to speak of your activities. I would not know where to begin.
How is she?
I do not know. I have not.
You have not been to see her? It has been a week.
Have I not made it clear that I've been busy? I do not have time.
Perhaps you might wish to make time.
Innit, mate? We all could do with a little bit more time. That's the one thing on earth that we don't have enough of.
I'll be outside.
Do you reckon it's off Theo, mate? It's a book, innit, for her to read. What's it say? Who's it off?
You got my note.
Why did you not tell me sooner? Why did you continue lying to me, carrying on with me when you knew this entire time that the real Lady Whistledown has been using this very shop to print her scandal sheet?
I couldn't tell you. Why do you think I ended things the way I did with you, despite wanting to do the very opposite? Whistledown's now taken her business elsewhere. Thought you deserved to know the truth.
I deserve more than that. I must know everything you know.
The manuscripts came early mornings. Never came in wrapping. They came sewn into silks.
So what we're saying, I mean, I reckon that she's going to find out this episode. That's what I'm saying. But, like, you know, if you look at a few things here and there, it's always like do you remember she picked up, when she picked up the feather, you know, a quill, whatever you want to call them, to write, and she's like, whoa, you do go through them a lot. You know what I mean? But if she thinks back, that could be one thing. Another situation is she's never mentioned in the stories. That could help as well. One where Penelope's always telling her to, like, you know, forget about Whistledown and all this stuff. Don't go over to that side of town. You know, obviously in normal conversation, you just think it's general. If you're trying to put a piece of a jigsaw together, you think of all these things. Do you know what I mean? The way that the letter K's was wrote one way, and then when it was told to Eloise the next time, it wasn't that way anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, all of these stuff, she can start putting all the pieces to the puzzle together. Maybe she does come out with her own outcome, that it is obviously Penelope. She now knows that they come in a dress. She's going to go straight to the Maldives, you know, and she's going to ask, well, that's what I think anyway. And I did say I'd hope for them to, didn't I? I said last episode, mate, I am not giving up on news. And look at them now, mate. He said that, he only said that because he didn't want anything bad to be written about her. And obviously that's out there now, so he should just be himself and his own feelings, which excites me.
I seem to have some time on my hands. Without Lady Whistledown to keep me occupied, I thought you might offer me some stimulating conversation about Lord Fife and that dour child who fancies herself a harpist. I am unaware of such a matter. Lady Whistledown had a monopoly on such speculations, did she not?
So then, where are these mines exactly?
Well, I hesitate to say the exact location. I would not want other prospectors taking over nearby, as you can imagine. Mondrich, pleasure seeing you here.
Bridgerton, you cannot be entertaining any of this in earnest. The man is a swindler.
I beg your pardon, Mondrich.
The Featheringtons are a fine family whose reputation has been most unfairly traduced. I would be very careful of the accusations you make in future.
Colin Bridgerton has taken the bait.
You may have allowed me to move into my bedchamber, my lord, but that does not mean you can just burst in unannounced.
We have been efficient, an excellent team.
We can always make trips to visit the wealthy families in the countryside.
Travel to the Americas.
I'll do no such thing.
You like being on top here, yeah? Well, then imagine how good it will feel to be in a new city. You could be their queen.
Yo, the guy's teasing. I did mention that, didn't I, as well, man? Like, it's like they're going to want a return on investment. So once they hand him the money, they're going to soon want it back. And if they all want it back at the same time, he's screwed. Usually, you know, if he goes back and doubles the money, they might say keep it and hope it doubles again. And that way he keeps his income coming. If not, and everybody takes it, the return, then he's going to be left with nothing again.
You must not leave me like this. We have to. Please. Mama! Lady Danbury, make haste! She's awake! Oh,
Thank heavens, send for the doctor.
Kate.
Did Lord Bridgerton come to see me?
He rescued you in the park.
And since?
Hey, nah, mate. Guy stayed away.
You are right. I must rest.
Oh, she's wounded. Mate, I wouldn't care if no one comes to see me in the hospital while I was knocked out.
She's awake.
Mrs. Wilson heard from one of the maids.
Mate, a weight's been lifted off his shoulders.
Finding someone like that, someone you love. I'm so sorry that it was you who was with your father that day, and I am sorry for everything that happened in the days that followed.
I do not think that I can see her.
Losing Edmund was the most difficult time of my life. But there is one thing that has given me at least some modicum of solace. It's knowing I would still choose the life I led with him each and every time. True love is worth it.
He has got a good solid season. He's acting anyway.
What are you doing here on your own? I thought you did not care for Vitmo.
I'm not here for dresses. You worked with her, did you not? Lady Whistledown? I thought you were her at one point. But I do realise you have boys taking packages in and out all day long. It's old, but at least she is capable. Not often Whistledown throws out a compliment.
I do not know many ladies who would consider being called old a compliment.
Madame Delacroix, we would like to be gilded. Meet me outside.
How's she going to deter her away from this, mate? What BS is she going to feed her?
The print shop where Theo works was in fact Whistledown's. To find her now!
Do not scream at me! There has been gossip about you and a man from the lower classes for weeks. You had to have heard people talking. Those who have heard it from their houses. Well, my sister asked me about it just the other day. Your family are already in a great deal of trouble. This scandal of yours will soon pass.
I don't know, it's not deterred her away from her pursuit to finding it, is it, mate? She wants to clear her name. I would want to too. But like I said, she's given... There's a pretty good painting, to be fair. Like, every time she speaks about her, she gets a back up, Penelope. Like, there was one scene where she said maybe she could use a different language, and she was like, maybe she doesn't want to. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, whoa, do you get... I'd be like, to my mate, check you out, mate, you fanboy. You know what I mean? Or like... so again, man, like there's loads of little scenes if you flick back that you can see Penelope like lashing out or defending Lady Whistledown or like countering stuff, or like she knows information and it's printed, or she does this and that. You know what I mean? So I don't know if Eloise. Well, I would say Eloise is smart enough to figure it out.
Mind if I join you?
The more the merrier.
I should think it your best work to date.
Well, perhaps we have all earned a drink.
I think many of us at the Academy assumed you'd be all drink and no pain.
Why ever would they assume that?
Your brother's large donation to the Academy. It's helped secured your place.
Why would you say that? Literally, like, what benefit is that going to make that conversation? Literally.
I hear it was you who found me and brought me home safe.
I suppose I must be grateful for our very first race in the park. Who knows what else could have happened. The morning after, I called on you to apologize. You deserve so much more than... I came to apologize.
Yes, you already
and
said
to
that.
ask you to marry me.
I do not need you to ask me anything at all.
Kate.
I'm returning to India.
And what of your family's financial
Lady
affairs?
Danbury has kindly offered to sponsor my mother and sister for another season. I'm certain they would do perfectly well on their own, as it is clear I am of no help. Go!
They were conflicted, aren't they? All season they've been, should I, should I not, should I, should I not. Her head's well fucked.
Oh, not bother.
Standard paper drop and ice there, mate.
Forgive me. I would never...
No, this whole thing, it is absurd. I'm sorry for wasting your time.
Are you?
No.
Or are you suddenly dropping out of this hunt for other reasons?
If we continue on like this, I could not live with myself if you are the one who has to face the consequences.
You dipped your toe into my waters, trying to make yourself feel better about the unearned advantages of your birth. Now you can go back to your life. Best of luck.
No, I'm still holding the hope, mate. In it, mate. Just. Do you reckon she's going to pen another story? Like, I don't know, mate. Maybe she could pen another story, but then she'd have to be well, like, strategic and discreet in how she gets it to the printer shop, or she uses a different one. You know, because people say it's been like, what, 3 weeks or something since the last pamphlet. So I assumed, obviously, last episode that she'd give up, but if she's still looking for her, obviously Eloise, maybe use a different printer shop or something, and it'd take her out into the, you know, the distance and try and obviously like separate the gap between you if she's getting close.
Should not be up on your own.
I am feeling much improved. I know earning your trust again will not be simple, but I am willing to continue to try however long it might take.
Was there always something between you and the Viscount? Were you lying to me all along?
I truly did not know it until it was too late.
But once you knew, why did you not tell me? Why wait for me to put it together on my own like a fool?
I thought I could deny my feelings.
I want to know myself truly and to know who you are too. I am unsure I like the young ladies we have both been playing.
That is very grown up of her, let's be honest.
Whatever action you now wish to take, I only hope it is because you are being truthful to yourself.
She's going to tell her she was proposed to or what, mate? Or maybe he does another big grand one at the ball. That would be absolutely sick.
You seem to have the melancholy of heartbreak about you.
What would you know about heartbreak?
I would not, really.
Art Academy not going so well.
Turns out Anthony himself bought my seat at that table.
That does not mean you would not have been accepted on your own.
I know DC's painting before as well, good.
I truly do not want to go to this dreadful ball tonight.
I'm apparently free.
Yeah.
Imposter party of two.
Siblings, mate, stick together, and you'd love to see it.
I'm sorry for disturbing you. I shall.
Gregory Wade.
Do you reckon he's going to ask what he's like?
Am I? Like him at all? Or was he more like you?
He was like both of us, really. He had my seriousness, perhaps. He shared your love of a prank.
Did he?
We do not talk about him enough, do we?
I do not know much about him at all.
Your father was the best man I've ever known. He was courageous and never afraid to fight not just for his family, but for everything else.
You know what I like about that scene is, like, most people, including myself, would say that my dad is the best man that I've ever known. You know what I mean? He says that about his dad. I say that about my dad. You know, like the morals and the respect and everything that he's given me, you know, has led me into the life that I am now and made me who I am. And everything that I've got is obviously down to my mum and dad. But obviously we're talking about dad here. And yeah, and just my dad and just the way he is, just a great man, hardworking, does anything for his family. And that's a man that I want to be. It's a man that Anthony wants to be. He wants to take after his dad and everything that was good about him. And that's all you want in life, isn't it? A good role model that can come down and pass on good knowledge and respect and kindness. And just pretty much my dad's motto is roof over your head and food on the table. No matter what job you've got, look after your family. You know, a happy wife, a happy life. That's my dad's motto. So, like, pretty much I am the same, you know, just... I like it. I always love it when people like respect the parents. It's like one of the best things that you could do, because you can show that obviously that is true love, mate. Literally, that is what true love is.
So you are not yet dressed for the ball?
Oh, I have much to pack before I depart, and I'm still unsure whether I would like to attend tonight.
Seeing you like this. It is my fault, Mama. Everything that has happened.
Edwina forgives you. I forgive you.
But I do not forgive myself. I was supposed to help her. I owed it to you.
You owed me nothing. You never had to earn your place in this family. I loved you from the day I met you. It grieves me to think you do not believe you deserve all of the love in the world.
He was going to ask me to marry him. He was going to ask me out of mere obligation, some misguided notion of duty after the two of us.
It's not, mate. The guy's hardcore in love with you.
Oh, I shall swoon.
You're the queen's gone.
This ball is truly my crowning achievement.
I am sorry, Mama. I fear I must disappoint you yet again.
The only thing that would disappoint me is seeing you starting to care what anyone else thinks.
You have come thus far this season. It would be a shame for you to turn back now.
Wife had his lady friend in a closet, apparently, for 20 minutes, if you can believe it.
You were correct about Theo. It was a mistake ever getting involved with him.
So you're Lady Whistledown, sir?
It's over. She is gone for good. I suppose now we can finally speak of other things.
I hear he recently spent a good deal of time with Miss Goring in a closet. For what, I cannot imagine.
Where did you hear that?
Miss Goring is over there, alongside the lemonade table, secretly fixing tissue paper in her bosom. Now we know who for. Look.
Yo, she's doing well. Her face as well. I know it sounds ridiculous. Yeah, these are coming in now, but her face looks really well, as if her mic's just been dropped, and she's like, "What?" Light bulb moment. She's figuring it out. She went a bit keen then, Penelope, didn't she, mate? Noticing that, like, she said, "Where did you hear that?" I said, "Oh, I've just stood here, just heard that guy waffle behind me," you know, like, decent. But she started going off on a little tangent and pointing out loads of little other things.
I could not miss out on one last evening with you before I go.
They cannot possibly say anything about us that we have not heard before. And should your brush with death not be our best social capital yet?
Except the clasp is broken.
Is it?
Might I mend it for you? The Bridgerton valet has a way with jewellery.
We thought quite scandalous for the two of us.
There are no gemstone mines in Georgia. Your cousin, well, I have looked into him. I believe he is nothing but a mere charlatan.
What? What is the meaning of this?
How dare you take advantage of these poor ladies, Featherington, without a father or a husband to protect them? Return all of the funds you have collected and leave town at once.
We must accelerate our plans.
Yeah.
Money is packed into the chest. We will finish the evening and catch the first ship tomorrow to the Americas.
And what about my young ladies?
We shall send for them after.
After?
I will no longer have to go through with my proposed marriage to Prudence. There will be other possibilities.
We are dancing. I will always look after you, Penelope. You are special to me.
As are you. You will not be able to avoid him all night. You're unafraid to follow your heart after doing the exact opposite for far too long. Time for you to shine all on your own.
You've got to respect Edwina for that, mate. Literally.
I was just on my way outside. We should continue to keep our distance between us in light of...
Perhaps we should not. I was on the dance floor days after a terrible injury to the head. Perhaps I needed someone to steady me.
How many?
3.
Oh, it's Miley Cyrus. Oh, they're all leaving and just leaving them two.
Is that why
why the sisters' wedding was abandoned.
That wedding did not happen because I simply changed my mind.
I think they look beautiful.
Beautiful indeed. Do they not?
Yes, well done.
Yes.
Everyone, outside. I have a surprise for you all.
She's getting confronted, mate, by Louise now in the dark. Oh.
Where did you get all of this money?
Eloise, what are you doing going through my things?
Answer me. You might have said those kinds of things before, but tonight was the first time I in fact heard. It sounded so familiar.
Voice, it is echoing in your head, Eloise.
I thought so too at first. How when I expressed my dislike for the naming of the diamond at the beginning of the season, Whistledown disavowed the whole thing shortly after. It's even why you chose to work with Madame Delacroix, because she was someone I had already dismissed.
Sorry, you're right about all of it. I was trying to protect you.
Is that what you were doing? By telling the entire world about things I trusted you
It
with?
was the only way I could convince the Queen it wasn't you. It was the only way I could save you.
The only person you were interested in saving was yourself.
You have no idea how horrible it's felt to keep this from you. Whistledown has been all I have had, and I have given it up. I am done with it.
On the defence.
All you ever do is talk about doing something. You have all these great ambitions, these great plans, but I am the one who actually did something great, and you cannot stand it, can you?
I wish never to see or speak to you again.
Well mean from Penelope, honestly. She's no way, shape or form jealous of her in whatsoever.
I've instructed the maids to pack up all your things, your essential things at least. You're leaving alone.
We are a team.
Oh, I already have a team. They are 3 young ladies, and it is clear to me that you do not care about them at all, so I'm sending you away with your favourite person, yourself. I will keep a large share of the money to support myself and my young ladies. As soon as one of my girls has a son, the estate shall pass to them. You're not leaving any worse off than when you arrived.
She done well there, though. She chose a family over him.
Penelope Featherington, the way you were dancing with her looked rather interesting. You're courting the girl, Bridgerton.
I would never dream of courting Penelope Featherington. Not in your wildest fantasies, Are
you still planning to leave for India?
I have my sister's blessing, and the Queen herself has apparently saved our families from utter ruin.
I've loved you from the moment we raced each other in that park. I've loved you at every dance, on every walk, every time we've been together. You don't have to embrace it, or even allow it. Knowing you probably will not, but you must know it. In your heart. I love you.
And I love you too.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
You know there'll never be a day where you do not vex me.
That's how it should be, mate. There we go. There's the fireworks.
You were right about the new Lord Featherington. I must apologise for how I acted the other day. I told them this place was run by an honourable man who serves a good drink.
It is in silence where one may find truth. I know. There will always be times when silence is necessary. And of course, times when it is not.
Gentle reader, you thought I was silenced, but you thought wrong. This author cannot keep quiet for long. Yours truly, Lady Whistledown.
You gotta say though, mate, the person who does the speech for Lady Whistledown's got a sick voice, hasn't she? Do you know, like Penelope, she was narrating it for a second, and as soon as it changed over, mate, you could tell the seriousness. It was sick. So, I mean, I'm excited, honestly. I like it.
Perhaps you'd like to go again. Seems so girl.
Well, what would be dutiful is meeting your family outside before they realise we're ignoring them.
Here they are.
I can't believe we didn't get to see the marriage though.
Not a moment too soon.
Who's to begin? You should.
I suppose he is.
Newton!
Oh, and yours through marriage.
I do not recall ever making such an agreement.
Ah, well, that is between you and him.
Let's be honest, he's a handsome dude, him, isn't he? He really is. And he's acted really well this season. And, you know, I said it a few times this episode, but, you know, when some people get given the time to shine, some people knock it out of the park. I feel like he got handed the reins, you know. Tough, mate. I said it in the intro, tough after last season when you had obviously Daphne and her storyline going on, mate, because obviously the Duke, it's with Simon and her, and you know, everybody got invested in the show and all eyes was on Bridgerton, and he's a big shoes to fill. I feel like he's done it well, especially with Kate and Edwina as well. 2 new characters coming in, brand new to us, and like I feel like they just slotted in nice and perfect, and it's been really good. I've been really invested into the storyline, and I've enjoyed it. I actually have. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I enjoyed last season, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've smiled more times at their scenes than Daphne's and Simon's, and that's not saying that this season's better, but I've got to admit, this season is just as good, where, you know, at the start of it took me maybe 2 episodes to be hooked, you know what I mean? Like, I was enjoying them, but then I fully got pulled in. I think it was episode 4 when that was it, mate. I was like right in there that I wanted to get the next episode on, you know, because they are quite long. I think this was 70 minutes, this one. So, I mean, it is a long commitment, but it's great, man. I've loved this season. And again, Lady Whistledown's not been revealed, but we had a reveal last season kind of to us that it was Penelope, and we had a reveal again to us that obviously Eloise knows. So what's going to happen? She's picked up a pen. She's picked up the quill. She's writing her stories again. You know, you can't keep me down for long. So is the Queen going to be looking for her next season again? And I've still got hope for Theo and Eloise. Yes, it was a little bit of Eloise's season this season. You know, she was up and she was looking to get married and it didn't actually happen. Nobody courted her and she didn't actually, you know, have that hand in marriage proposal. But we had Theo introduced and we can't push away from that. Well, you can, but I don't want you to, because I thought he was really good and I enjoyed them. And seeing her happy for the small little periods that she was, I loved it. So I want us to keep going with Eloise next season. I would like Daphne to be in it a little bit more as well. And to see Simon, you know, it's good to have a little acknowledgement of the kid at the end, but he wasn't in it one little bit. It'd be nice to see him, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even have to have the full story. You could just have little glimpses here and there, make you smile. And like seeing Daphne, it makes you think of season 1, thinking, yeah, this is what brought us to where we are now. So all of that stuff was good, but I've enjoyed the storylines. I've enjoyed the will he won't there. I've enjoyed who's he going to be with. Is he going to marry Edwina? You know, we did get the wedding, then we didn't get the wedding. And then the Queen's come and saved the day at the end. So I've got to say, big up to the Queen, mate. She put the scandals away. And Miss Featherington, she absolutely smashed it, didn't she? You know, she chose her family over money. Well, she's got a bit of dough now, hasn't she? She took it off him. She said she's going to keep so. And didn't escape to America. She was like, you escape. You come, you try to ruin us, no mate. We've got some of that money, you're going away. I'm choosing my 3 beautiful daughters any day of the week over you. So see you later, alligator. And pushed him. So I like it. So it's really good anyway. In my opinion, great season. I've really enjoyed it. So that is a finale of Season 2 of Bridgerton, wrapped up, done and dusted. What are you guys' opinion? Did you enjoy it? Which season did you like better? Season 1 or Season 2? Now, obviously, it's been a massive period from Season 1, and I haven't watched any episodes since Season 1. That's why I feel like it took me till about Episode 2 to fully engage me back into the season. But I have to admit, I really, really did enjoy this season. Now, I feel like last season was more raunchy. You know, we had more, like, I don't know, sex scenes and more intimacy. But this season, it's been more of like, oh, really won't they? What's going to happen? You know, like, is he going to get with her? Is he going to get with her? They're going to get caught out. You know, like, he stressed me out a little bit, Anthony, you know, when he's saying that he don't want love, when you can clearly tell that he's in love. And there's been so many, like, ups and downs and circles. And you know what? I really love the dances as well. Let's be honest, the tunes that they have on the violins, yeah, are so good, in my opinion. And it's because it's popular modern day songs made to feel so elegantly in, like, the context of the show. You know what I mean? So, like, when she was walking down the aisle and he was playing Harry Styles, great, mate. It fit perfect, you know. When he was, you know, when Edwina broke up with them both, or whatever you want to call it, and left them both stand there, you had What About Us playing, What About... And it was so good, it fit. And then we had the Calvin Harris, mate, you know, when they were sleeping with each other last episode, again, perfect. And then absolutely loved this one when we got to the dance here. He was playing Wrecking Ball for Miley Cyrus, and it's just like so good. And we've had Robin dancing on my own as well. You know, when she was stood there and she was dancing and she was with you know, with Anthony, and the galas, the balls, the best scenes in my personal opinion. That's where you fully get hooked and connected, and you feel like so intimate with the characters. You feel like you're one of them, like you want to get engaged as well. And like I said, mate, when that was playing, I felt Edwina, I felt like a song was speaking Kate directly into her head, mate. You know, I'm in the corner watching you kiss her, like, you know, I'm giving it mile, but I'm not the girl you're taking home. Do you know what I mean? I'm just here dancing on my own. It's like, oh, mate, lyrics are so good, mate. Whoever picks out these songs for the violin deserves that pay rise, mate. They have earned their bread this season. Really, really good. So I'm excited. Obviously, they've been married. We've seen it at the end of the episode. They can't keep their hands off each other. And yeah, I don't know what the story's going to be going into next season. Now, we have left open-ended again with Lady Whistledown, with the Queen still pursuing who it is, with obviously Penelope putting pen to paper again, with Eloise finding out that she is Lady Whistledown. She hasn't told anyone yet, it doesn't look like. So what's going to happen with the stories that are getting released? I'm excited to see what the Featheringtons do with the wealth that they've inherited. Well, not inherited, but some like acquired now. Colin as well, you know. I think earlier on in the season, when Anthony was speaking to the guys outside, he said something, and I was saying, mate, he's definitely said that for the boys. He doesn't really feel that way. He's just doing it to fit in with the crowd. And then the more of the episodes went on, I actually realised that he actually wasn't doing it to fit in. It was just generally truly how he felt. You know, he didn't really want to be with somebody that he actually loved. He just wanted to be with someone that could bear him kids, someone that could be the Viscountess. You know, he didn't really desire that true intimacy that obviously everybody else is trying to get. And you know, I thought he was lying at the time, but he wasn't. But I definitely think that Colin was lying at the end there when he was speaking to all those gentlemen, and he was saying, mate, that there's no chance that you know, I would get with Penelope. That's a total lie, in my personal opinion. I feel like he's warming towards her. I feel like he does like her. It's a dagger to her heart anyway. Do you know what I mean? She had a bad episode, Penelope. She's had Colin say that about her. She's obviously fell out with Penelope as well. Sorry, with Eloise, and it's just like, mate, getting the pen back out. And I think next season she's going to get caught off the Queen. So maybe a big season for Penelope going into season 3, but I'd love to know what the love interest is going to be. I hope it's Eloise and Theo. I mean, not going to lie, I really, really do. I like how the Queen gave approval to Anthony in this episode. You know, all eyes was on them. Everybody was like speaking. She was like, mate, the reason why the wedding didn't go on, yeah, is not because of all this stuff. It's because I decided that it wasn't right or something like that. And then she was like, mate, why is everybody not on the dance floor? Have you got a problem with them? Go on there, get up. And everybody is up, and that's it, mate. As soon as you get the Queen's approval, everybody else is not going to be challenging it. So I really, really do love it. And I feel like we ended the season really well. So, yeah, I can't wait for season 3, which is probably going to be in about 2 years. But I would like to thank every single person for supporting all of these videos. You guys are absolutely amazing. And I've really, really, really enjoyed reading all your comments. You know, every time I've said something and it's wrong, I've been corrected. You know, been learning stuff as we've been going. So that is absolutely amazing. Thanks so much, everybody, for checking out these videos on the channel. Hopefully, you guys stick around for all the crazy new series coming. You know, we haven't yet uploaded Euphoria, but we have uploaded season 1 onto the Patreon, and that is madness, mate. I'm absolutely loving that. One of the best shows that I've seen recently, which is unexpected because I didn't even have a clue what the storyline was going into it, and I can't wait for season 2, mate, to be uploaded. So thanks everybody for clicking on today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.